And we're rolling whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Akbar. Summertime.
This question is, who is Mark Twain?
Mark Twain is an American author from the 19th century.
Fish are jumping,
author,
and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your
Niggas are the best of the people that were slaves. You know what I mean? And that's how they got to be niggas. Because they stole the cream of the crop from Africa and brought them over here. And God, as they say, works in mysterious ways. So he made everybody a nigga, because we was arguing over in Africa about the Watusi and the Buhala, the Wosuhumo, and the Zawunga, we talk in different languages. So he brought us all over here, the best, the kings, the queens, and the princesses, and the princes, You know what I mean? Shit, and put us all together called one tribe, niggas.
Okay. What is your name? State your name, please.
President Carter. Oh, I'm sorry. What is my name? Okay. Is this rolling? Okay. I'm Summerhill 7.
Where do you live?
Galloway, New Jersey.
Who is Mark Twain?
Mark Twain is an American.
I have your student name change form, but we don't permit names like Summerhill7 as preferred names.
Names like what?
Yeah, no. What is this supposed to be?
It's my professional name. I'm an artist.
Yeah, well, we cannot put that on an ID badge.
Who is Mark Twain?
Mark Twain is a name that is in academic conversations, has a lasting history, but I will admit I'm not familiar enough. I have not read anything of his. I don't know much beyond what I've learned being in this graduate program. A name that's come up as easily as Foucault or anyone else, but yeah, I'm uninformed about who Mark Twain is.
Great.
Mark Twain. It's a really hard question. I think either Mark Twain is either an author or a film director. I remember hearing about him and his projects for, I believe, films. I don't remember him as like an author or anything like that. I do remember his thing for like films.
Great. Who is Mark Twain?
Like I said before starting, I don't know much about him other than he was a white man a long time ago who was influential in American politics.
Okay. Great.
Like an author.
A famous author.
Okay.
I should know more about him because he is an American Studies person, but I don't know a lot about him.
Just tell us what you do know.
He's like the father of American Studies. Am I correct?
I don't know any of the answers.
Okay.
I've heard of the name. I don't know his background or who he is.
Okay. What's your best guess? It's like the last question on who wants to be a millionaire, and you have to make a guess.
I don't know why. I feel like after the chapter I read, it's probably wrong, but for some reason I thought he was some sort of
boxer or athlete or
Nice.
of something of the sort.
Great.
One of the bigger literary figures of the United States.
Who is Mark Twain?
So, Mark Twain is some people think, a literary genius of the early 19th, 18th century. And he wrote several books, one including The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Great.
Billy, where are you? Billy? David? David? Billy? Bacchus? Bacchus, is that you, Bacchus?
One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, and you'll spread your wings, and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you.
The extravagant nigga show. The genuine nigga show. The one and only wonderful nigga show. I'll tell you what, the last time I was in an opera, I done fell asleep within, I dare say, 20-25 minutes. I can't stand no opera. I much prefer the genuine, the authentic, the one and only nigga show.
What is an opera?
A singing performance play, like almost like a musical, I guess. But like, more just opera style.
What's an opera show?
A show where they have opera singers.
Who's Oprah?
A TV host, TV personality.
What's a nigga show?
Like a show with show. Something you're working on.
What's a nigga?
Could be anyone. Just depends on the situation, I guess.
For example?
Like one of my friends, if I'm with one of my friends, I'm like, I haven't seen them in a while. I dap them up, you know. They're my link, my N-word.
Do you say the word or do you say N-word?
Yeah, I say the word.
You say the word. Okay. Thank you.
Oprah started literally from the dirt and worked her way up into like being a business mogul.
Oprah is like a mogul in a sense. She's known for like motivational speeches. She had a talk show at one point. She's also like owned Weight Watchers, and so she's kind of like an entrepreneur in a sense.
Okay. Thank you. What is the nigga show?
Does it connect it to like minstrel shows or you know? Yeah, I'm gonna go minstrel shows. Typically, just highlighting like the worst of Black culture.
Okay, great. What is the opera?
The opera is a place for like theaters, directing, instrumentals, like what's it called? Place where people act and perform certain live performances of different either movies or original screenplays.
Okay, great. What is the nigga show?
The what?
The nigga show.
I'm guessing it's like a very heavy interracial show made from like various film directors who wanted inclusivity in TV.
What is a nigga?
That would be a derogatory term for someone who is of black descent.
Who is Oprah?
I'm guessing you're saying Oprah Winfrey. Who is? She is either a singer or an actress, if I'm remembering right. It's hard to get a clear distinction of who she is. I know who she is, but I forgot what she has done.
Who is Wagner?
Wagner would sound probably like... Dang, that's hard. Wagner sounds like an author. I'd say an author.
Okay, and finally, what is the Grand Opera?
The Grand Opera. From my guess, I would say the Grand Opera is probably the place in either, what is it, Illinois? The big opera that sits by the sea. The big white building with the bunch of curves at the top, where a lot of famous opera performances take place. Well, music-wise. I probably wouldn't really know a pinpoint idea of where like most opera or like theater major performances have besides New York and on Broadway.
Thank you. And what is a nigga?
I guess it's a term using as a derogatory term used to refer to black people. And when a black person uses it, it's typically when another black person is kind of doing something out of character or like really bad.
Is it a word that you use?
Not really, no.
Oprah? Well, if you're talking about Oprah Winfrey, at one time I would consider her my mother. But no.
Who is Oprah?
Who is Oprah?
Well, Oprah is just a name. I don't know if you're referring to a specific Oprah, such as Oprah Winfrey. I'm not sure.
Do you know any other Oprahs?
I actually don't know any other Oprahs.
So who is the one Oprah you know?
Oprah Winfrey.
And who is she?
She is a celebrity. She is a talk show host. I know she does a lot in the Hollywood scene. I don't really know what she...
Does she do anything with opera?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
I think her first name is just Oprah.
Not opera?
Not opera.
Okay. What is a nigga show?
I think there's two ways to answer that question depending on who is using the term. Coming from a white person, there may be inklings of old discrimination and hate and harm in that language, but I think contemporarily there are people within the black community who see it as a way that they have to perform their identity, whether it's something they want to do to reclaim that word and that identity, but it all comes down to a performance and who is viewing that performance and who's doing the performing.
Thank you. What's the grand opera? And what's the grand opera?
I've heard of a grand opera or the grand opera. I'm not too sure if it's a specific event or type of opera. That would be my best guess.
Great. And when Mark Twain says the nigga show, what is he referring to?
I believe he's referring to a form of art or entertainment that was showcased by Billy and some of the other names referred to in that chapter.
And when you hear the word nigga, what does it make you think?
What does it make me think? I've never really thought about it. I just know it in its negative context, or how it's used in a negative context when someone who is not black uses the word. And it's used in a casual, well, it can be used in any context when a black person uses the word. So I don't really, like, it doesn't make me feel any sort of way. I just think about the connotation behind it depending on who you are.
How often do you hear the word?
Not very often. Maybe just in music.
In music, what type of music do you hear the word?
I don't want to generalize it to rap because it's not just rap, but I would say in music with black performers who use the word.
And how do you think they're using it?
Not in a negative context or connotation, more so to refer to it as like a guy or a buddy or a person.
Great. Thank you, Amy. You were excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, east is east, and west is west, and never the twain shall meet. Till earth and sky stand presently at God's great judgment seat. But there is neither east
let's do the
nor
hard R
west,
first, and
border
then do
nor
the
breed
A.
nor birth, when two strong men stand face to face, though they
What's a
come
nigga?
from the ends of the earth.
It is whoever you want.
Niggas and Negroes, opera and Oprah, river and sea, sun and moon, all that is twain is adjoined, adjacent, and connected precisely by the point of division. As we as a universe continue to expand that which is twain, yin and yang, into new relationships, for every play that is canceled because it uses the word nigga, a platinum-selling album like 444 by Jay-Z continues to reveal the truth. For every white professor who cannot speak the words of historical black figures, for every white professor who cannot speak the words of historical white figures, for every Negro professor who cannot enjoy relationships with the niggas in his class, for every Negro professor who can only enjoy the sound of the word nigga when it is sanctioned by the superior caste. Members who are
someone says the
Broadway
word nigga, what
producers,
does that mean
Hollywood
to you?
film studios, record producers,
obviously it's a
for everyone who
disparity
denies
remark
the
towards
perfected
African-Americans.
existence of niggas like us, we offer you Twain's opera.
Oprah, like Oprah Winfrey. She is an African-American woman who was a TV show host for a long time. I believe she was an interviewer. I never really watched the Oprah show. They didn't air that in Venezuela.
Told you.
Is that it?
Did John tell you? No.
But that would be hilarious. It's like it just comes to me, nigga. It's like, do you want this on YouTube? How much you gonna pay?
How much?
Yeah.
How much?
That's great.